Hi, YouTube. I didn't think it was gonna come on. It was the first try. It usually doesn't, so that's pretty good. Anyway, how is everybody? I'm doing okay. I'm thinking about the many times in my life that I've taken time, like people, this is a baiting question. What's wrong? That just as simple as that is don't even answer it. If it's concerning your emotions or something that people have done, they know what they've done. Don't play with them anymore. People aren't that stupid. They're playing us. Um I've learned not to say nothing, but what I do say is I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking inside myself because the times that I had, you didn't care. You didn't value it, you know? End of story. What are they going to say? There's nothing they can say to that because you're done. Just stop explaining your emotions to people that don't want to use their emotions or acknowledge yours. If you're going through something like that with people kids, parents, spouses, or all of the above, just cut them off with your emotions. You can still have them. You don't have to be cold or bitter, but you don't have to give them access to the tenderness that you've wasted years, if not decades, on these people. So, because I always, I knew, like my kids, for instance, always knew that they could come to me when, even if they just got lonely, which you would think that's a typical thing, but not necessarily so. When they go for years and months and um, never consider what you're going through in life, or people that will call every once in a while and say, "How are you?" But they didn't call to hear how you are. They called because they wanted somebody to know how they were. If you know what I mean by that, they're not people that have never displayed any kind of concern for you. You know, I mean, the things I'm talking about things that are real, like people that will sit around. I had a broken arm. I was doing other people's laundry just to keep my house clean. And I would ask them to participate, and these fuckers just sat there and would watch me struggle. Then, when they want me to talk to them on the phone, I'm supposed to just let things go. I mean, it isn't that. It's not that I'm holding on to animosity or anything like that. No, I forgive them. I'm just not giving these people the opportunity to ignore the emotions that they never cherished because they don't use theirs, or if they do, it's by design when it benefits them, you know. And it's not that I'm just going off on this every day because I'm a poor me type of soul. No, I know somebody in particular that is living through if many people, um, living hell with people that you love and care about that do not love and care about you. I mean, care about you, that you don't have to worry about what you're going to say or do, because if you have to worry that you're going to offend somebody that you love, um, and that isn't your nature, if they take you out of context and all those types of things, just let them go play by themselves because it's just not worth it. You gotta take care of your energy for you. It's you first. Yes, it is. No matter what anybody says, they can try and guilt trip you like, oh, you're not a good person because you don't take this time for me. Well, that's just too damn bad because, yes, I'm taking this time for me. You know, I used to have adults come crying to me when I had my own sorrows. It's like, who's an adult here? Get real. Seriously. I'm not saying if you see your mother or father cry or something like that, that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying when they use it as a manipulation tactic for sympathy. After a while, you get to notice how these creatures have their own tactics that they'll use. They even share them. They'll see one do something that works on an unsuspecting soul, and they'll pick it up and they'll start doing the same type of thing. So, this is going to be a very long video. I just wanted to talk a little bit on that because, yeah, emotions are a precious thing, and not everybody displays them. The dark tet- tetrad, I almost said triad, they changed it, personality types, um, they added one, sadism, to psychopathy, schizophrenia, and borderline narcissism. Um, so psychopaths. They're all a form of psychopathy. There's psychopathic. Um, but yeah, the only time they're going to use their emotions, which are on the dark side, you know, to display anger or, you know, self pitying, all kinds of, you know. I'm sick of being there for people that would never be there for me. I've been bleeding to death, and people still want something from me, you know. That's not an exaggeration. This is things I've lived through. It's like, well, okay, so I'm strong, and you want to keep taking. What does that make you? you know? So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you get what I'm saying. Don't explain your emotions. If they don't get what emotions are from a person, like real things, joy, happiness, sadness, not just anger or, whatever, but actual real emotions that people feel, you know. And I'm not saying too, like, say if you had somebody that you were close to and they passed away, you may not feel grief, you know. Everybody processes things in the world differently. So, I mean, I can't say that I would grieve over my adopted mother. I I mean, I haven't faced that yet. I don't even know if they'll contact me. Um, I would say probably not. But even so, I mean, for me, I had to grieve them a long time ago, is what I'm saying. So everybody does things differently, and people that don't value my sensitivity don't belong in my life or my inner circle. And that's really the bottom line. I know sometimes you can't just cut people off out of your life. Say if you still have kids in the house that aren't adults yet and they're not very nice people, you're probably already grieving who they used to be, or at least who you might have wanted them to be, you know? So, but I'm not going to force my ways on somebody else if they just don't get where I'm coming from. I'm not going to waste any more time. I mean, I did through their struggles. I mean, you can only help people so much, and when you see that they're not reciprocating, they're actually draining your energy, that's when you got to really just say that's enough, you know. So, yeah, that's what I want to make perfectly clear today for people is stop giving your emotions to people that just gaslight you, and they'll do these horrible things, and it is a trauma bonding type because you're shocked. I mean, when you don't operate from a dark place, you look at the world in a whole nother light, you know. So that's all I wanted to say today, and say hello, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.